Hi there. We are finally streaming again. Also, hey Beck, how you doing? Actually made one. Hell yeah. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I got like a whole new thing set up. This, yeah, look at that. There we go. Transitions and things. So what am I doing today? Messing around. Gonna work on some little AI things, I think. Just some little like enemy AI wasting time. Yeah, pretty much. But right now I've been going back and forth with some Unity stuff and Godot stuff. That's what I'm doing. Wasting time. Yeah. It's just wasting time's good though. Sometimes you gotta waste some time. Wait. How do I want to set this up? Let's just do this for now. Just gotta do some work on my game, but now I'm here wasting your time. You're not wasting time. Well, you're not wasting my time. Wasting your own time, maybe, but you know. Have a new video coming out soon, specifically a short. I'm doing shorts, or I'm gonna try and do one, see how it goes. And it's gonna be a little tips thing, and one of the big tips includes, you know, setting type hinting up, because you mentioned that a long time ago, and it's just like the best thing. It's gonna make UI for dice rolling. Fair. But hey, it's good to see you. You are not too old to say that. That's okay. Right. What am I thinking here? Let's go do a tile map. Call it world for now. I don't know. Just do this the lazy way. Rain. I haven't used Godot in a couple of days. That is incorrect. What are these? These are like 18 by 18, I think. No. They're not 17 by 17, are they? No, I've managed to atlas this wrong. Great. Okay, let's do that again. $24 by 24. Are they 24 by 24? No, they're a bit smaller than that. What? That can't be right. It's not 18 by 18 either. How is this set up, and why is this set up weirdly? Now I'm very confused. Let's try doing it with the packed variant. It is 18 by 18. Oh, that's weird tiling. It's weird tiling. Okay. It is 18 by 18. That's... yeah. Non-packed has a 1 pixel margin. It does, yeah. So it should technically be like 1818 by 1 pixel margin. But this is just weird. I'm not used to seeing 18 by 18 tiles. usually like, you know, 8, 16, 32, etc. Now what was it I was actually going to do here? Oh yeah, I wanted to do not that. Erase it. Give me that tile. There we go. This is going to break. I have really got to stop. Like, there we go. Pixel separations, Godot difference. Yeah, just Godot things. That should do. Do I just, yeah, just those 3 tiles should be fine for now. Okay. Do you know what? Let's set up, let's see if I remember how to do this. I haven't used Godot's tile map system in a couple of weeks now, so my brain is immediately breaking with this. I want to go into... No. Paint? No. Brains? Okay. That's mostly correct. Oh, there we go. Okay, yep. Brain. It's okay. We're all good. Everything's fine. There we go. All I wanted to do is set up some water tiling so I can be lazy. Just grab this corner, you know? Just be like, okay. Grand. Alright, auto tiling. Let's, I've not used match corners before, that's interesting. Yeah, the auto tiling is, we'll say it's kind of neat. Yeah, I should do. Yeah, all I'm really trying to do here is just set up a quick, like, tile map. Just so I can have some rough collisions and things going on, which means I should also probably just set up some navigation data. No, yes, maybe. Physics layers, that's what I'm thinking of. Sure, it doesn't really matter what that's on. Yeah, so match sides, match corners, match corner sides. I like this terrain setup, right? Because it means you can do some really, really interesting things. One of the fun things I was doing before was I had 3 separate layers for grass, dirt, and rock, right? So 3 just different types of flooring. And I had the auto tiling actually set up correctly for each of them. And then I would just create a randomized grid using noise. And of course, the tiling wouldn't work, and then you could just apply the tiling on top of it, and it would automatically sort it out for you. And it's just one of those things where it's like quick and easy programmer, programmer level design. And I did run into some issues though with match sides and match corners. Eventually, I ended up needing to use match corners and sides, but it's, if memory serves, it's how many connections you actually have, like how many different types of tiles you actually have, kind of depends on that, or it depends on that. We're doing, oh yeah, rain. We want tile set, we want to paint, and we want to paint the physics layer on these. And that should be good now. What? Oh, I'm being dumb. Okay. There we go. Let's add a camera and be real lazy about this for now. Random. Make sure collisions are on. Random. Right. Funny enough, right, this is more or less what I end up doing to, more or less just, like, make videos and things like that, is I will just sit here in a random, just random project, open up a blank project and just start working on things and see what comes to mind. Yeah, that'll do for now, why not? That's all typed fine and grand. Good, yes. Yeah, it'll do. No base unit class that player and parties extend from. No. As of right now, not entirely necessary. Jump, move, left, move, right, that's pretty much all we need to do what I kind of want to do here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to add you know, a sprite and a collision shape to this. Yeah, I am actually working on a much larger project at the moment that I'm taking a small break from because it's been kind of driving me slightly crazy. I want to set up animations for this. Not really. Do I care about the animations for this? Not really. Ew. Nope. Any render? No. Navigation? No. What am I looking for here? Lights, shadows, viewport. How is the microphone volume, by the way? I hope it's okay. I kind of rebalanced some of it. Capsule. Capsule. No. Historical. Historical. I'll do. So far so good volume wise. Nice. Jump height needs to be adjusted a little bit. Gravity needs to be adjusted a little bit. A bunch of things need to be adjusted a little bit, but that's kind of okay. Gravity is the predefined gravity, isn't it? Yeah, so let's just do this because I'm lazy. Let's not do that. Let's actually go and do the smart thing and, you know, project settings, gravity. Lock it up to 1200. Jump velocity can go up to 600. Okay, not how I would do it if I was doing it myself, but it'll work. So, next thing that I'm going to actually, so this is kind of like the base setup, right? So what I'm doing here, I've now got a movement controller that the player can kind of mess around with. Cool. The next thing that I just kind of want to handle is just getting an enemy in and giving it some basic state stuff without diving into a state machine. I want to see if I can make something really, really simple that handles some really, really basic behavior, basically. Said the word basically that's so many times. We want to grab this layer. Do you know what? Let's rename. Rename both. Yep, you're on the player layer and you're existing, or we're looking for the floor layer for now. That's fine. You should still work and function and not fall through the floor. Grand. Which means we'll make this one the enemy layer for now. Yeah, I'm glad my volume's okay. That's something that I have been slightly paranoid about. Also, I've adjusted bitrate, and I know this is just text and things, so it should be fine. It should look okay. It shouldn't be exploding. Will that do? Or do I want to use an actual enemy? Sure, let's just go use an actual enemy. That'll do. That's gonna really bother me, isn't it? Yup. That should feel fine. They are all going to float. And they're all part of the player, which is annoying. Did I not save the script? Script is saved and attached. Collisions on. What? Fun fact, circular shapes are the fastest to check for collisions and take up the least amount of memory while running. Yeah, that's kind of why I was sticking to them. It's one of those things that only really adds up in like larger or just much later things when you have much larger projects going. But yeah, usually sticking to circles is pretty good. Capsules can also be a bit of a funky one. What's happening? Okay. That's odd. You should fall and you're not falling. Why is that? Oh, that's why. This is me not remembering how to work with Godot. Hell yeah. Okay. So the next question that comes up here where it's just like, okay, so we have things. Now it's what we do with those things. The way I've showed off in tutorials before is to basically go and do collision areas and things, like area 2Ds, and just be like, hey, is it in the area? No. Is it in the area? Yes, and go based off of that. Yeah, let's do something dumb. Neither of these need to be that long. Ah, well, it's fine. Doesn't this work now, where you could just go and do is not? Isn't that thing they changed? Whereas, like, if you do is not, it is the same as doing not is, or just like a normal inversion. Just normal, hey, the thing is not a thing. And that thing they changed to make it a bit more readable. Yeah, it should work like that now. Huh, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's great to be able to just fit in normal, like, basic English into this. It does make it kind of easier to read. Now we just want to continue. To continue. Oh, let's just do this the easy way. Let's just go if I is raycast 2D, then ray array dot append I. And then after that for loop, let's go and do a hey homie, how you doing? Ah, that works, that's all good, that's grand, right. Quick, simple, daddy little for loop. Can I just do check collisions? Oh wait, no, I could do this for the built-in signals, couldn't I? You have some issues with YouTube. What's that? There's an error is occurring. That's interesting. Everything seems to be fine for me, so I know it's probably not a stream thing. Making a game yourself too? Oh hell yeah! What you working on? If you don't want, if you mind, like sharing, feel free. I am currently working on a video and a lack of coffee. Just not have basic on collisions. Lol. That's weird. Survival game. Ooh. You go in 3D or 2D with your survival game? And is this gonna be like a like survival game, or is it more like RimWorld style survival game? Or pitch me your idea. Tell me what it's like. 3D. Ooh, very nice. Are you doing that with Godot? Because Godot 3D fun. It can be quite fun. Has its issues, but can be quite fun. What am I doing here? I don't know. Let's just name this with the same syntax as, yeah. This is going to be a really dumb way of doing this. This is where getting basic movement working is going to be a good idea. It's going to be animate. Oh, very nice, very nice. Hey, some of the best ideas are hard to describe. So that should just print for both of them. This is a really dumb way of doing this. I shouldn't do it like this. Let's do this instead. We'll just do this really simple, really easy. Because I actively don't trust myself to not break things right now. That should be left, that should be right. That's being weird. No? There we go. Right, left, yep. What's my goal? Right now, my goal is working on a little video idea for some anime AI stuff. Just some really simple, basic AI to help people kind of get started with some platformers and things like that. For me, other than that, though, when it comes to primary project, I'm working on a RimWorld / Warhammer style RTS, I guess, like RTS survival city builder thing. Oh god. Just do something like this for now. I'll do plus equals. Let's just set that equal to a vector 2 dot right times the these deltas going to need to get passed through. Do I need to even do that? No, I don't. So this is really weird to me, right? I'm going to make sure, I'm going to triple check this. So, i.e. the variable should be constant deltas in seconds. There was a thing that I read, and I can't remember why or where. But all you end up doing if you do delta again is you're basically applying double delta, because anything in the physics process already has delta applied to it. I'm just going to trust Godot knows what it's doing. Why are you... delta's not declared. Oh, okay, that's fine. And I can just slap that in here. Wait, wrong button. Need to pass through delta. God damn it. It's working. Gravity's not working. What? But why? Most type methods use delta, so don't double dip with it. You handle that's kind of what I was thinking. Like that, but this is the thing, right? This is the thing that genuinely bothers me. Like I read that, and my brain was like, "Yeah, that's how that works." And then you look at the basic script for Godot when it comes to how they handle movement and things like that, and they are always double dipping delta. Yeah. So it's just one of those questions where it's just like, why is that set up that way then? If it is double dipping, because you shouldn't technically double dip. Like, right? There was one here somewhere, like here, delta gravity. This is like that's still modifying the velocity, which is still calling move and slide. So this shouldn't technically be a thing, unless I'm wrong and there's a reason to do delta with gravity specifically, which still doesn't make much sense to me. Hey, Art, how you doing? Oh, what was I doing again? Oh, yeah, figuring out why gravity's not applying to things. Well, now they're going at the speed of sound, so that's great. Let's lock that back down to... Why does the enemy have a jump velocity? That shouldn't be a thing. There we go. That's going to be way too quick for testing. That should do. Grand. Now, why is gravity not working? Temp dropped like 10 degrees. Oof. 10 degrees Fahrenheit too. Ooh, that is bad. That sucks. What is 10 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius, hun? I need to do some calculations on that, that's fair. This isn't your other game. No, this is me working on just a little video idea for some basic enemy AI stuff to get some simple stuff for people to help, yes? Minus 12. No. Art. That's too cold. I don't know. I think so. That's too cold. Minus 12 degrees Celsius. That is too cold. God damn. But yes, sorry, what I'm actually working on here is basically just getting really simple like enemy behavior without going too complicated. Like really beginner friendly enemy behavior of just, you know, idle state, go left and right, check, like do a basic edge check to switch directions, and then just do chasing based off of probably area or distance. Just really simple like AI stuff. As a blanket, yeah, that's fair. That is currently fair. Oh god, that sounds freezing. I mean, this is the thing, right? In the apartment for me, it goes down to 19 degrees Celsius, and that's just too cold. That's when, like right now, it's probably around 19, 20 degrees Celsius, and I'm in a jacket. I am cold. Like, no. No. I can't handle the cold. I live in England, and I can't handle the cold. Right. Just do this with a simple Boolean check. Or, ooh, one better. What if I do this as well? Let's go, just do a direction, typecast that as a vector 2. And in here, what I can do is that's going to have an issue, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so this is really funky. I can already feel this being dumb. Let's go if left ray dot is colliding. Now we need, if it's not colliding, we then want to switch it to go right. So we want to pull handle movement, we want to pass through delta, and we want to pass through a vector 2 dot right. And then instead of doing else, we'll just go if the right raycast dot is, this is really dumb. Where is this having an issue? Oh, that's me being dumb, that's why. There we go. Right. Okay, so cannot find what? Shh. I haven't been using C# too much, don't know what you're talking about. There we go. Why are you using handle movement instead of unhandled input? That way the method is only being called when they're actual input to monitor. So for the enemies specifically, that's what this is for. I'm not controlling any of this, right? So there's no inputs to actually manage here. It's just raycast specific. For the player, I am honestly being just a little bit too lazy to set up, you know, unhandled input. I mean, I could very quickly just go and do, you know, and then just basically do my checks based off of that. But yeah, just laziness. This is usually what I do when I'm making videos, where I will do a very, very, very rough first pass. Left, thank you. Wait, no. No, that was right. This should be right, and this should be left. And then this should just be able to check collisions passing through delta. And well, you seem to just be ignoring the world here, so that's great. Left, not sure which. So if the left raycast is no longer connecting, it needs to move right, so that needs to move right. And if the right one is no longer colliding, it needs to move left. Yeah, so this is right. But I'm being dumb? No. Oh, that's why I'm not. There you go. Really, really simple, like, idle behavior for enemy. Right there, there you go. Oh my god. It is always really, it's something I always laugh about game development. Like, I've done this a lot, right? I've done just this dumb stuff a lot, and it feels good, even though it's super, super, super simple. But if you're designing a game based off of a plumber, which I'm not going to say the name of because Nintendo scare the hell out of me. Well, that probably just, yeah, you know what I mean. If you're making a game like that, there's a really, really basic, you know, enemy thing for you to have to jump around and jump over. That is way too insane movement-wise, but that's fine. But it's just one of those things where it's like, here you go, here's really basic, simple enemy done, right? Now it's just adding behaviors like chase and things like that. So what I'm probably going to want to actually do here is suggesting in the ready method add a timer with a random start movement. Yeah, that is a really good idea, to just randomize the movement for each. That way it is actually random for each. The other thing that you could do here is more or less have a timer going just to stop them randomly. Just like, hey, stop, and then repeat, and then stop, and then repeat. It doesn't start moving at the same time. Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? Let's do I want to do that in the ready method, or could I just do in a way? I could just do that. Let's just was it get underscore tree dot I'd have over-engineered it and have arrow be on the side that is velocity. Yeah, no, that's a good way of doing it. I'm just doing it in a really, really dumb, simple way, and really dumb and simple can be really, really good when you're just first passing. So we'll go get tree dot. Is it just create timer? Is it create timer with a 0.5 second start dot timeout. And we'll do something really dumb here. We'll just we'll create a var build that is frozen equal to true. Are you ready? Are you ready for the really dumb dumb? Right, let's go. Really, really, really dumb dumb. There you go. Turning one. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, now I just randomly set that time. Round F range between 0 and 1. Good point. Let me mess with something real quick, because I know process can be a little bit dumb with doing awaits. Yeah, let's not do that. That seems like it would end horribly. I could just be really, really, really... So part of me is just like, hey, do the simple thing. Because the simple thing here is just going, here is, just go add a timer, connect the timeout function. Set is underscore frozen to false. Populate manage property with normalize vector 2, and then having the process mode worry about the Godot API specific process, like Jesus. This is the fun of actually doing this with a stream. Like, you just get to kind of chill. Why is that not working now? Give me a second. My brain is stopped working. My brain has entirely stopped working. What? Okay. That's... What? Hello? What have I done? Why is everything breaking? Well, that should still be working. Am I doing this wrong? Did something in process, did I? I think that's happening in physics processes, checking if it's not frozen anymore, which is getting automatically set to false. And it is doing the collision check. Oh. Wow, that's that. I'm being dies. Yeah, no, it is. So what's happening here is that the speed is never actually being set, right? It's because the collisions are always like colliding. So here, I'll show this off the easy way. Just do this the easy way. We'll grab this enemy right here. We'll move him on this ledge. And we'll move this. Oh, wait, yeah, no, just put this. Now, if I just press play, what should happen here is that enemy will start moving. It's because the directions ever, well, the actual movement's never being set at the moment, because you know it's just not. That's it. It's just not because it's never going to start. It's just never going to start. Is that really what's causing this? That can't be what's causing this, right? Oh my god, it is. Okay. In time, I think you need to set the velocity. Yeah, pretty much. Like, so the second it becomes off, I could just call handle movement, but that's going to be a bit weird. So instead, what I'm going to do is just do this, and then just do vector. It's going to need to be negative or positive. We'll just right. Why not? We'll just set them all starting right for now. That should fix everything mostly. Yeah, there you go. Now they all start moving at different intervals. Just a really dumb little thing where it's just like I forgot to set the velocity. But yeah, there you go. Now we have little bouncing enemies. Woo. Yeah, I've been in my spare time reading through general gaming gaming pattern, like design pattern things. It's been interesting. I'm looking forward to applying them, although I'm starting to realize I might not be able to apply some of the things I want to apply in Godot, which is a weird feeling. Or it just feels like it's going to be a lot more hassle than it needs to be. But I'll figure that out when I get to it. Like, but for now, that works. Now we just need to randomize the starting direction over near it. Oh, do you know what? Just for you, Beck. Just for you. Oh god. There you go. Direction randomized. It is always weirdly satisfying to watch stuff like this. I don't know why. We are good at programming. We are. Do I do this the annoying way? No, I'll do it this way. Why not? can I just do... See if I remember how to do this. So I want to take it to the player.position. I will go 0.5. I don't know. It's just me messing around with camera stuff. Helps if I actually call that. I love that vibration. I love that vibration. Do I need without delta in this? I mean, I'm doing this inside process, not physics process, and there's no movement slide, so sure, let's do it. There we go. To 9, and that should pretty much just stick to it. That is not sticking to it. Let's go over with 1.5. Nearly there. Let's go for... Why am I doing it like this? No, I'm just gonna put an F there. Brain, please. There we go. Now, other than permanent camera vibration, I'm 99% sure that is because of, and this is a really dumb idea, I shouldn't do this. Yeah, there we go. Lord. Optimize that and do the randomization in one line of code. Oh. Jeez. Job looked pretty good. Thank you. Yeah, everything is now feels quite smooth. Nice. Okay, so there you go. Basic camera setup as well. It's just got to hook onto the player. Now, what I'm going to do here as well is I'm going to go and go... could I just do that? Would that work? Could I just... I'm just messing here by going is valid, is instance valid, and then you pass in the... this. Tells you if it's accurate or not, if it works. And then you do or not. Me doing dumb things, turn this into a one-liner because laziness. Basically just means the player doesn't exist, don't run this. If it does exist, do. Let's see if that breaks everything. Haha, yeah, of course it's going to break everything. Grand. Me just messing with is instance valid. That is something that I still need to work more with. I don't use it nearly enough in most of the things I do. Technically speaking, for what I'm currently doing, it doesn't need to exist, but... Stop that, there we go. Grand. So really, really fun thing that I could actually do to make this a little bit smoother. I'm looking for rider and I'm not using rider. Woo. I could just go position is equal to the player dot position, and that should immediately set the camera to the player. There you go. So now it doesn't do that weird jump at the start. Also, I'd say all the patterns I use text. I think the only text besides the docs I use when learning GSL stuff outside of that is all trial and error. That's fair. That is fair. Like I've been searching a lot for just fun little pattern implementations. Specifically, some of the ones that you've shown me, like Blackboard, and the broker system, basic factory stuff. You know, simple and some more complex ones, because it's something that I feel like I've been lacking in. You know, like I think I said this before. I'm entirely self-taught when it comes to game dev. I haven't gone and got a game dev degree or hell, I didn't even do like computer science or anything like that. I learned all of this from scratch, and there are so many holes in my knowledge when it comes to what is good, what is bad, what I can and cannot do. And then there's just, you know, a relatively narrow look on, hey, this is used in this way, and it's like, no, that could be used in multiple ways. But yeah, that's why design patterns and reading up about them has been really nice. Bradbury still can't get a broker visitor. Make it, but trying to explain it is rough. It's a weirdly interesting, like, this is the thing, it's interesting, right? Like the basic, very basic exact like explanation I saw was, hey, if you want to interact with something without modifying anything, have something as a middleman or a mediator, basically, which I think there is also a mediator pattern which does somewhat similar things but not as complex, unless it's the same pattern that I'm thinking about. I don't know, but it's like, on paper it's really simple, but looking at it through code, it hurts my brain. Ah. Right, let's do something weird with enemies real quick. So speed is at 50. I'm going to... Speed is equal to... We'll go and set... That should be done, and then just apply the current speed here. Why am I doing this? I have no idea, but I am. Do you know when you just start doing things and you're just like, oh yeah, no, this is just going to be a thing now. Now they all have roughly different speeds. Let's just do a multiplication, not multiply by 50. I could just multiply that by 2.5. Yes. I'm trying to learn the command pattern for my turn-based tactics RPG that game. I feel like it'll work for turn-based games. Make a choice, have the command handler handle the actor. Yeah, command pattern for something like that seems really useful. Like, it seems like it would do really well. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like, architecture is the thing that I've been kind of looking into a lot more, where it's like actually having good architecture and then maintaining it, right? Like a camper keeps a campsite. You leave it better than you found it. It's just maintaining good architecture makes larger projects much easier to work with. Also, I'm really weirdly liking this right now. It seems to be doing kind of what I want it to, with some randomization involved. Hmm. I wonder why I am like lacking in my coffee department. I am actually going to take a 5-minute break. Rough hour has gone by. I need to go and make some coffee. Leave this up for now. I will be back in a second. Okay, I am back. Hi. What I miss? Wow, I missed things. Oh. No markdown in chat. I wonder. Okay, so now the plan is to weep deeply. No, the plan is going to be to set up a really simple enumerated state machine, because why not? That's immediately wrong. That's immediately wrong. Can I just, wait, brain, remember how to do enums. We go idle, and then we go chase. Those are the two states that it needs to be in, idle and chase, that's it. And then I can do, if memory serves, I can go states. Oh, is it var states? And this is me remembering how to use enums. Okay, no, so that's, I can just go var base underscore state, that equal to idle. Yep. You need enum name, my dude, right or no? Maybe, I don't know. No. Oh, yes. States.idles, there we go. Brain things, okay. So I guess that does make me a relatively bad YouTuber if I'm not saying like and subscribe every 2 minutes, huh? That's a good point. That's a good point. Everyone should do that. If people like the video, they'll like the video. If they don't, they don't. That's completely okay. People have that thing called free will, you know? Nobody needs to be reminded how to use it. What's the word? What is the thing I'm doing? Enumerative state machine. Sure, let's throw that. Let's slap that here, because why the hell not? Handle underscore states. And do you know what this is going to be? This is going to just be a, not a switch, a match statement. And it's going to match the current state or the base state. And then it's going to be states dot idle. And then we'll write pass, and then we'll go states dot chase. What? I did name that chase, yeah. What are we expecting here? Wait, how am I doing this wrong? How am I misusing states? After 34. Oh. Right. It's just the like button. I'm already subscribed. Does that make me bad? It might, Beck. It might. I'm sorry, but it might. You use the subscribe button, usually the notification bell. Jesus. Oh god, that's concerning. Right. So, in an idle state, we are just going to do the collision check, which means this is going to be needing to have delta passed through to it. So, let's do this. And then I'm going to just call handle states. Pass through delta. This is so dumb. I love it. And all should function fine. Read the error message. Oh, I have been working on a, like, this is one of those really kind of in progress videos that I've been working for a while now. where what I want to do is I want to teach people how to, one, use the debugger, two, understand error messages, and three, breakpoints. Like, I want to help people be able to understand these things. It's something that I don't see often on YouTube, and it's just one of those things where it's like, knowing how to do a lot of this stuff is why I can kind of prototype things very quickly, right? Because if something breaks, if I'm working on something I don't understand too well and it breaks, breakpoints and debugging is like life-saving. Helps you learn. Reading /Godot, and 50% of the questions are why broke when the error message. Yes, thank you. Like that's kind of the thing, you know. That is genuinely the thing. Also, so for handling chase, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a area 2D. I'm just going to call this the chase underscore area 2D because I'm lazy. Add a collision shape to it. Actually add a, do I want a square, circle, or a capsule? Let's do something odd. Let's go like this. Let's pull that up. Let's grab, what's the rotation key again? E is the rotation key? Fair. Okay. Pull it up like that, and let's make it so this is... I don't really want this being that big, do I? No. Pull that back down. That will do. There we go. And there you go, dumb little chase area. Why not? Chase area, no underscore. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We'll do chase area with a double underscore, and then an underscore after. Okay. Don't tempt me. I will. I'll leave it like that. No, I can't. That actually hurts my eyes. There we go. Right. So, chase area signals. Fix this. We want to do area entered, area exited. Now, this is specific. This needs to be looking for none of that. It needs to be on the enemy layer, looking for the player layer, and it just needs to register. Brain. Is chasing is equal to true. Is underscore chasing. No, there's no underscore in that. I've just written it and I'm still messing up. There we go. And in, I'm not gonna do that there. Yeah, I am. Let's blow up my I love doing this, where this is not a good thing to do, where you just throw a print in the physics process and just giggle as the world burns. But why not? So many messages. Interesting. Layer, mask. That should function. Question. That's because of this. Go. Oh. The to-do is rated on why not use an area that edges to detect when the enemy enters it. 2 birds, 1 stone. That is a... That would work. Isn't it a character? Yeah, it's a character body. This is why it's not working. I need to disconnect These connect, and then add body, entered, body entered. Yeah, I could do that, but that feels like it would be. I don't know. That feels like it would be a little bit overkill and like just on placing areas kind of way. Programmatically, maybe that might be pretty good. Not equal to transform equal to true. And then all I can do here is I can go current. What am I calling it? Scroll up. Space state. There we go. Equal to states dot chase. Style guide naming conventions all over the place. Yeah, that's fine. I'm very much somebody that, there we go, that's working now, grand. Yeah, it's working now, grand. Can't expect a better reply. No, like, this is one of my big problems right now is I'm jumping between multiple different languages, so I have different styling for each that it just kind of amalgamate at some point, which is what's happening here. Like, this, right? This is technically what you should be doing in Godot. You should be underscoring all of your like functions that you create. What does the underscore actually mean? Well, it's technically a notation for privatizing a function, even though this doesn't have private functions inside of it. But that's kind of what they suggest. Yeah. Also, shouldn't is chasing be a method that returns current state idle? Yes, it should. Right now, I'm just getting this to register correctly and make sure that the errors are set up. And because of that, because they just, are just doing their basic thing, I can now actually start working on proper scene management, state management. That's technically working. Only problem is now I actually need to define what state or what the chase state actually do. So collisions. So new problem here is in this. I'm not paying enough attention. That's fair. Keep yourself productive. Productivity is good. Keep working on the project, even if it's little by little. Yes. Speaking of, by the way, art, we should go through the project soon. I know after stream I have some things with my partner that I need to do, but soon. What am I thinking here? So here's what I'm trying to do, right? This is one of those things where it's like, hey, talk about the actual goal and figure out how I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this all in one script, which is not what I usually do. What I usually do is just piece this out, right? Each node will do a certain thing. It's why I prefer using node-based state machines, or in some cases a script-based state machine. But I'm trying to do this all in one script to keep it very simple. Like, one of the other things I've done in the past is, instead of using areas here, I just use 2 more rays for, like, wall check rays, even though they don't need to be wall checks. And then it can just say, hey, am I colliding with something on the left side, and then have a timer running. It's just like, am I no longer colliding, and has the timer ended? Okay, then go back to idle state. That just seems like too much effort. State machines are not simple, you know that, right? State machines can be quite simple. It just depends like on how you work with them and how you like how comfortable you are actually with them. And like an enum-based state machine being one of the simplest form of state machines, it's like one of the easiest ones to learn to at least start understanding like how they work. Because going from this to, I don't know, art has a state machine, that blew my mind. Going from this to something like that is a really big leap, whereas just starting off with something as simple as this, I say simple, but you know, as I said, I've been doing it for a while. But starting off with like a match-based state machine with just enums, it's something, you know, it's something to get people moving in the right direction. I'm very passionate about this, apparently. I don't know. One thing I actually want to do here is check if the body is player. Would that work? No, it needs to be the body. Oh, I could just get the script for that, but that sounds like too much effort. So let's just do this. Let's go if body dot is underscore in. Can I just do in group? Oh, you can. I can feel art already getting kind of annoyed at floating strings, which I agree with. Why are you broken? Okay. Become less broken. Go strings are a part of the course. Yeah, that's true. My opinion comes down to the API. I try to make the API simple. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, enum-based state machines really can go a really, really long way. They really can. And it is a genuinely great place to start. I mean, for something as simple as, like, this, right? This is quite... I need to remove that debug statement. Let's do that real quick. I could see my console going mad there. But yeah, for something like this is great. This is all you need to make a platformer, really, is an enum-based state machine. Is it? You don't, no. Like, the reason why I want to use this is because the person I kind of have in mind for this is wanting to build something a little bit larger. Like, I have a specific individual in mind when I'm working on this stuff. And it's like, I've seen other people run into similar issues. And it's like, well, in some ways it kind of comes down to an architecture issue. And this is the easiest way for me to implement or help them implement a version of architecture that is kind of expandable, but not too complex. I don't even know if architecture is really the right word for this, but you know, simple. It's quote unquote simple. I really got to stop using the word simple. Let's go and make sure that that is actually being picked up correctly. Yep, grand. Now, if I do smart here, no, if I do that, that's going to break everything. That won't exist. So what I'm going to do here is go to my camera, because this is the thing that's breaking everything. And I'm going to go and do just a quick if, no, we'll, yeah, we'll go if player dot, no, player does not equal null for now, we'll just do that. Because I know the second I remove player from the group that it's currently in, that will break the camera. I.e. like that. So I'm actually going to need to do... remove that. Laziness, go. Why are you doing this? Because does... Wait, that always equals... That shouldn't... No, I'm confused. No longer in a group, position based object. Oh. There we go. Grand. So I do have a live stream where I walk through making an SM for Godot. I share it with you and in stream of the. Yeah, I mean that's you know kind of the thing. It just kind of happens. Oh god, no, I forgot about that collision pushing things. That's because of grounded, isn't it? And not floating. Is that actually what's causing it? Oh, it's not. Oh, interesting. Then that makes me wonder why that's happening. Big margin, maybe? Is it maybe the moving platform? I don't know. Ah, ignore it. No, you want grounded. Yeah, like that should be what that should technically be the thing, but wonder why that's happening. Either way, things are now toggling how I want them to. Let's make sure this isn't being toggled when the player enters a thing. It is not. And hey, breakpoints, woo. Now I can just keep that, do that, right? Shouldn't blow your mind. It does. Implementation, like certain implementations of things can quite easily. I don't know. I like seeing other people's like code, how people program, how they work on things. It's always interesting to me. I mean, like Beck has shown me some stuff that he's worked on that blows my mind. It is incredibly cool, especially the project that he's currently working on. It is amazingly cool. I love it. But seeing other people's stuff is just I don't know. I'm a bit of a code nut sometimes. Okay, so next step for this is getting a chase state going. So let's just call, because this is where it's going to get a bit weird and funky, because if I don't do this correctly, what's going to happen here is the enemy will just run off a cliff, and we don't want that. So I don't even need to go if is chasing is true, because is chasing will be true if it enters this state. So for now, let's do this. Let's go and do let's just call handle chase in here, and we'll pass it through delta. New question that's happening is handle state is being called. Realistically speaking, that should no longer get called when that switches. Why am I doing debug? Other way around. Other way around. Just debug. What was the way? There we go. That's working. I think that might be the thing, is complexity really depends on the person. Like what I feel like I'm doing is still quite simple in comparison to some of the stuff you've shown me. So for me, what I'm doing here isn't actually that complex, whereas what you have shown me is very, very genuinely complex. I've just repeated myself twice. That's amazing. So now is getting reference to the player would be one way of doing it. Well, actually, I don't even really need to do that, do I? I could. Let's do something though. Let's go. Just set up a target, which will just be a node 2D. Technically speaking, that can actually just be the player, but we'll just set it to a character body 2D. Set that equal to null. Now, what I'm going to do is in here, because we know that is the quote-unquote player, I can set the target equal to the body. And in here, I can set the target equal to null. There's a much better way of doing this, but this will handle for now. And then in here, I just got to get the direction to the target, which would, yeah, that should work. Yeah, that should work. Let's make sure that's actually working. Let's just print out the target dot name. Bonk. Grand. Right. Enemy detection added to a chasing array. Yeah, that is a good idea. For now, all I want to do is just get it to go burr towards the player. And to get it to go burr towards the player, I could just... This is where my brain is going to stop working, right? Could just... No, like, how could I make this really simple? Welcome to how I design videos, by the way. Genuinely, this is the thing. There's 15 ways that I could do this. But how do I make it simple? How do I make it easy to follow, easy to understand? And if you're curious, after this, I'm going to run this through Rider. I'm going to use some documentation stuff and actually refactor a lot of the code. By refactor, I just mean make it look clean. Simplicity or accuracy? Mostly simplicity at the moment. All it needs to do is move left or right based on the direction of the player. That's pretty much it. And yes, you should definitely do that. Throw that stream down in the game dev resources thing. I want to have, like, in my Discord server, a big collection of resources for other people to look at. I think it's just a really good way of, like, having the community help itself as well. And it's just good for me too, because then I can, look at it myself. I'm rambling about my numbers. Hey, those numbers are amazing though. It's fair. Yeah, no, I like that performance. That performance made me very happy. You see the newest one for randomizations? I did, Beck. I haven't had a proper chance to, like, completely read through it, but from what I saw so far, it is very interesting. I like it. That is nuts. That is just nuts. I love that. I mean, I still don't know. Actually, that might be the tiny little optimization me and you did for the clicker. that was a good optimization. Brain. This is where my brain is just like, okay, do I just do some vector math and just do a directional check, which I could do, or actually, new question. Question from insert name here. Fair. Hey, how you doing? Overlapping. But you can't get... I was trying to see if Area 2Ds have the ability to more or less just say, hey, something has, figuring out where the area that has entered or the body that has actually entered the Area 2D, which direction that's come from, based off of just simple collision data. But I was kind of hoping that Area 2Ds would kind of have that built in, because it's something that would make sense. Unless... That's just a Boolean, isn't it? Yup. Damn. The Vector 2 thing, it is, yeah. I'm just kind of too lazy to just calculate the intersection point myself. Yeah, that is the correct way of doing it. Like, yeah, realistically speaking, just going was it would be position dot direction to the target dot position, and that should technically give me direction number. Yeah, that gives me number. Okay. I'm specifically going to want the X, not the Y. Ah, yeah. Can I just do that? I can, grand. Yeah, and that gives me 1, -1. Then I could go even further with this and just be like, hey, I could just turn it into an integer, or I could just round the entire number. I'm mostly just not wanting to be lazy. Oh, sorry, I'm mostly wanting to be lazy and see if Godot has built-in features to this, because that's something that I don't do often. I usually try and reinvent the wheel. Direction gives absolute. It does. Does it? No, it doesn't. Wait, absolute. Absolute is non-negative, is it not? Oh god. Right. Well, that thing's gone. But that's actually the problem with how I'm currently handling this. It's not doing collision checks when it's inside of the chase state, not the idle state. Which is always positive. In this instance, yeah. You get 1, and then you get -1 on the left side, which makes sense. Whee! Oh, distance 2, fair. Yeah, direction 2 is pretty much all we need at the moment for this. So, okay, direction is handled. So what I can do here is I can just go var direction. Why? What? Wait, what? In base character body, NVTG cannot convert from a float to a vector, and that's because of this. There we go. Really, really basic, simple chase behavior. But there is the blocking of the position in the y-axis, so it stops moving. Or it stops hopping, because it shouldn't technically hop. But technically speaking, that is a really, really, really simple basic behavior right there. It is chasing, and it is not checking for the collisions afterwards. That's the only problem. It is not checking for the collisions afterwards. So what I could do here is... duplicate code, don't want to do that. Yeah, this is where I need to simplify this method more or more generalize it, so it's not, it's literally just checking collisions and not trying to do anything else. -1. Here, let's do this. Oh, I love that. Anyway, brain. Technically speaking, that is done. only thing here is how check collisions is being handled. And that's because this shouldn't technically be the idle state. The idle state should more or less just be a random direction every X amount of seconds. And the collision should just override the current state, it should override all of it and pick the opposite direction if it's about to fall off a ledge. Or it should stop. Did you check the die? Organizing task. See, this is where my vector math is terrible. The second you said I read the words there, dot matrix, my brain went gone. I've actually been studying vector math recently to try and get better at it. Do some basic cleaning of upping things. That can go there, that can go there. That's just basic speed variables and things. Yeah, that's mostly fine. Pretty simple though, hey? I don't think math think programming fair. So I've been programming now for about nearly 2 hours. Like, I did a little bit before stream. It's been about an hour and 40 at the moment. This is when my brain starts to slow down a bit, because it's like bursts, you know? Yeah, I mean, this accomplishes what it should technically accomplish, which is nice. I'm gonna want to change something though. Current speed, that's fine, that's fine. I'm thinking of doing a base speed. So it would be whatever the current speed is set to, probably times some sort of chase multiplier, which would work. But that would also be kind of annoying. I mean, no, that would work. It would just make certain enemies faster or slower than others. Yes. What else am I thinking? Downside of having one specific movement function. So the next question is, if you were a beginner, would this be simple enough for you to sit there and just be like, oh, okay, I understand how this works? Because I feel like this is where I start to like panic a bit, because this is 83 lines. 83 lines in the grand scheme of things is nothing, but for somebody looking at a script or just learning how to write a script from start or from scratch, this might be a bit too big and a bit too complicated. This is the struggle, you know, where it's just like, because I know I could look at this and just be like, yeah, it works. I mean, I programmed it, so yeah. But it's that thing where it's like, can somebody that's new learn something from this? Or is that just going to be down to how I explain it? How I do my videos, I do a full code walkthrough where we actually code it together. So that might function well, might work. Is the code clean? Hmm. Not really, no. There are some things here that could be moved around. I mean, that would be unnecessary to technically move. One thing I do actually like to do quite often is near the bottom of my script, just above signals. This is not usually something that I do inside of my own, inside of a single script. I usually like to do this inside of something that is a bit more global, but it'll do for now. Doesn't need anything passed through. That's good, that's good. Give proper return types to things. Do a little bit of really simplistic cleanup. I did make the videos for you, the Baroness, thanks. But yeah, this is where it's just like... It's an easy thing to do. So handling states, okay, then we're handling movement, we're also checking collisions, then we're handling the chase state. No, that's duplicate. Want that. Anywhere else? No. Yeah, that's something that might be a good idea. Yeah, like that's the thing, that might be a genuinely good idea. When I'm doing the videos, I tend to stay specifically on one topic, but that is technically part of the topic, isn't it? Also, variable naming like duh will get changed. There's something that gets changed very quickly. The thing that's really irking me here, right, is we have two states, but we only have one function handling just one state, which is the chase state, which is fine, but we don't really technically have anything handling the idle state. All that's doing is repeatedly calling movement on the check collisions. Check collisions technically needs to be called at all times to make sure it doesn't run off a ledge. I'm going to do something real quick. This should be kind of done. Let's do this. Let's see. No, okay. I'm actually going to have to do something for that. Okay. Is it every frame? Is checking collisions every frame? Yes. It's in the physics process. So yeah, it's in every frame. I don't like how that's grouped. I feel like a collision check like this shouldn't technically be handled inside of physics process. I feel like that's overkill. What Beck said is true. Let's see. Which part? State machine wrong, am I? Explain. Generally, you call change state when the object state is changed, not every frame. That makes sense, yeah. Hmm. Now I'm thinking. So that's the thing. I understand that, right? All handle states is doing here is just running a match statement. That's it. And inside the match statement is what actually controls the states, what they're doing, whether it's checking collisions or handling the actual chase itself. And because both of those two functionalities need to be inside the physics process or process, technically speaking, it needs to run inside the physics process. Mind you, I don't actually have a proper change state functionality or proper state machine built into this, but hey. How would you go about it? I am curious. So I'm going to kind of stop you right there. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. This isn't really for me learning. This is, you know, something that I will end up iterating over and dumbing it down a lot more, simplifying it a lot more. Right now, this technically does the job. Time to log off and make lunch. Enjoy your day, Beck, and say hi to the wife for me. It has been fun indeed. And it is, I've got about 6 minutes left before I end up cutting stream and getting food. There's food. Well, this is the thing. It's not complex. State machines in general aren't complex unless you haven't either worked with them or don't have a base understanding with them, right? The way that I'm handling this right now is it's kind of doing the same thing. It's getting off specific functionality to stop certain things from happening. It's just checking it every frame, which is a relatively large negative. Hmm. Oh no, now you've made me want to rework this. Hmm. I do understand where you're going, by the way. Language, in this case, it's fine. You called it 5 times. One each enemies typically use the manage level groups. Yeah, no, that I agree with. Hmm. Oh yeah, no, I know it starts to get really chaotic very quickly, and it performance draw is quite insane. Yeah, like this thing, prototype wise, simplicity wise, it works. The thing is, you are right though. Like this is the thing. You are right. Scalability wise, this is a mess. One of those things I didn't really think about until now. So I think that's the next step: making it actually scalable and handling it correctly, and not like kind of stupidly. This is the thing, right? From a prototyping standpoint, my brain can sit here and go, yeah, it's fine. But from a scalability standpoint, which is always kind of what I want to look at, the second I put the handled states inside physics process, my brain sat there and went, that's probably going to end horribly. And I guess that's the thing, is does this need to be something that is scalable or something people can use to just prototype? Realistically speaking and logically speaking, making it scalable is a good idea. Mm-hmm. True. But there is the trade-off with that is, you know, and I see this a lot, and this is something that I try not to do, where it's trading simplicity for, in some way, shape, and form, bad code. Like, don't get me wrong, it still teaches people the basic idea of state machines, sure, but it's not really the correct way of doing it. It is kind of why I end up doing like node-based state machines, because they are somewhat easy to handle, for me at least. But there's still better ways of doing it. Making something scalable is kind of the most important thing. This is the problem. This is me looking into architecture more and more and just being like, oh no, better architecture equal better project. Fun project, easy to work with project. But for a very simple, hey, this is kind of how they work, it works. But yeah, I'm technically going over time now, so I will say thank you for watching. It's been fun. Oh wait. Okay, yeah, what? Made a mistake? Hello? How? I'm curious. Yeah, that just says, hey, if it's this state, do this. If it's that state, do that. The thing that's currently changing the state is these. Just some area entered, area exited. Where is your change state? Oh, yeah, it's right here. It's on the area checks. Specifically, it checks for the player, and then it's, you know, if it's chasing or not, it just adds the target, adds idle, adds chase. Still, this is where it still ends up opening up to how scalable does this end up being, regardless of like functionality. It's fine, but I think that is the kind of thing where it's just like moving from an enum state machine to something else. Technically, this should be grand for a while for most projects. Blame the code. Hey, it's okay. You said it was negative 12 degrees. I get you. I get you. But yes, no, yeah, I am now going over time. So thanks for watching. It was fun. It was really nice to have Beck and you back. Like I love having you guys just sit, chat, talk about things, talk about code. What? Trying to make it move, and not thing. Yeah. Next time I'll probably get into more, like, basically more functionality for this if I want to keep working on this, which will be adding proper jump checks, distance checks, things like that to get it moving between platforms and actually chasing the player. Other than that, though, it was fun. It was genuinely fun. You know, like the stream, do the whole subscribey thing if you want to see more. If you really want some assistance with coding, or if you just want to come hang out, there is a link in the Discord, or link in the description to the Discord, I think. I'm pretty sure there is. No, it's on one of my other videos. I did the thing. I did the YouTuber thing. Oh, I hope you were proud of me. My soul has left my body for that. But yes, have a good day, everyone. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for joining.